Welcome to this special episode with Taressh Bhatia, your financial freedom specialist. To stay tuned with me and to know the latest YouTube videos posted by me, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay with me on my social medias on these channels. Wish you a great day and I wish you a very happy life ahead today. Stay tuned for more and let's continue.
Taressh Bhatia!
You deserve to be rich. Welcome to this very special episode on financial planning made easy. Do you feel that you would like to lead a rich life? Have you ever felt the yearning to be a rich person, to be having a craving to enjoy a life which is full of joy, success and happiness, not to work for money and have no stress about money and having no worries about where will the money come and monthly expenses easily met, and you would like to lead a life which is full of joy, what you want to do in life. In this episode, I'm going to explain to you everything about financial planning made easy. Did I do some research? Well, research says that a lot of people are still wondering that what to do with retirement. 1/3 of them have no plans about retirement, and the rest of them think that they expect the children to be supporting them, and mostly people are saving just for the short term and no long term goals. And also they believe in destiny. So Indians believe that everything will happen for the good for them and somebody will be able to support them. But I have come to this conclusion that 88% of Indians who have become billionaires or 88% are self-made millionaires. That means that there is something which leads to a rich life. What are those secrets? In this episode, I'm going to reveal those secrets to you. So let's go deep dive into what is those secrets. I've made this video very simplified and I promise that you will have great learnings at the end of this 20, 30, 40 minutes. The central idea of this video is based on my book, The Richness Principles, which has got my client learnings, what we have done with our clients, and the same ideas I have put into practice over the years, and I'm going to be sharing those ideas with you. Financial planning, what, where, how, what happens, when to get started. I put together all those ideas here precisely, and this video will make you think, believe that you ought to have a mindset. Your thoughts will get cleared and you will have a clear mind. You deserve to be rich. Financial planning made easy. Welcome to this episode again to my YouTube channel, and this special recording is only for you because you received this link. Financial planning. The first section is, why is financial planning important? Financial planning is perhaps important because as a financial planner, we give you the direction. If you're going from Delhi to Jaipur, you are having a plan of Delhi to Kanpur map, and you do not have a compass, then you do not have the right direction to reach Jaipur. With a Kanpur map, you can never reach Jaipur. So with the wrong directions, you may be investing. But if somebody is not giving you the right directions, you are not headed in the right directions. So be careful. Well, on top of this, there are no clear goals of people and they have extreme financial uncertainty. And they say, I don't know where to go and what to do and let me not do anything. And because simple is not easy, where do you want to go today? Where are you today? How do you get there is also not clear. So what do? You start thinking, let me get some information. And there is so much information available, global information, what's happening in India, that you have little overlap with your financial plan. With so much noise coming every day, channels, newspapers, magazines and your friends, and you might think that this small information is relevant for me, and you may be searching for that information. And finally, when you get that information, you start having beliefs, perceptions. This is what I think, but in reality happens something else. The market crashes, the market goes up and down, and then you say, let me copy paste what my friend is doing because he is successful, and you start copying what your friend has done on his investments. And where does that lend to? Even when you visit a doctor, he first checks your blood pressure, he does some test, and before giving you a prescription, he diagnoses certain things. And similarly, a financial planner also does diagnosis. But you also have to balance the present with the future. You cannot put everything for today or everything for tomorrow. There has to be a balance, and a financial planner helps you get that balance. Once you have that balance, you need to also understand a wish is a goal or not. You have to have clarity on that. Look out for financial advisors who are now advising you. Finally, they give you something where they will earn some commission or some earnings they will get more than you will benefit. And that is where I would say your knowledge now is important, because your knowledge plus your behavior towards money is called your circle of wisdom. So some basic wisdom for money investing is important. Why is that important? Because money is equal to time. You would like to spend your money and time on activities which bring you happiness, joy, success, and I can call that as values. So money plus time is your values, and when you put values here and you sit and decide your use of money for that, that brings you more happiness, and you decide with your family members that with more happy relationship, where do I want to take important decisions like vacations, a big house, a big car, a more comfortable lifestyle. And this leads you to think that I want to spend less time about worrying about money. But without any plan, this worry can be high, and you may be not having control of things which you can control. So US elections, India's economy, inflation rate, interest rates dropping, but you can think about things which matter to you. You have to have great returns. You have to have safe investments. You have to beat inflation. So the common factor between these two is where you should focus on. And where do you learn all this? Because you have to now start prioritizing your goals, identifying the top priorities, and say, what can I do to get all this? Now your money and your life, the common factor is the real financial advice which you are seeking today. And when you're looking at that, do not look at the past investments and say, let me search online and say the top investment returns on these funds is where I will start investing, because that's like driving with looking at the rear view mirror. And now your goals and your dreams, your resources put together, the common factor is your one best financial advice is where you can get the common factor. Memorable experiences, therefore, which people love, are called as great sources of happiness. And I believe that's where you should be investing. And also look up the word fiduciary. Who should you be trusting when you are looking at your money? Your money and your life now is your real financial planning. Why is all this so complicated? Why do people don't understand any of this? Welcome to the second section. Financial planning is now for you. If it is one of you here, are you starting with your action steps first? First you invest, and then you start thinking, what goals did Taressh say? And then you look at your methods. How did I invest? Then you look at where should I be focusing on, and finally you get the know-how. Let me find out how to do it better. But why not start with the goals, go on to the methods, the right focus area, the right know-how, because that is where people lack the clarity. And financial planning finally is for you. If it is one of you here, let's see, you want money to work for you infinitely, you want to eliminate trial and error, you want to have a defined path to your goals, you want to redesign your financial worth, or let's say none of this, but you want to be surrendering to be financially more successful. If it is so, let me tell you how I do it. I look at 7 aspects of money, the 7 colors of money, to avoid any gap of leakage of your money. Number 1 is life security. How much life insurance you have, where did you buy it from, what are the necessary ones, did you buy only term, did you buy a lot of insurances, you're not sure of how much you need, what is the ideal insurance premium to be paid, for how many years. Lot of wastage you may be doing, and we analyze it like an x-ray and bring up the things which are important for you. Number 2 priority is always the emergency fund. COVID in 2020 taught us that you have to be clear about your emergency fund. You go to the hospital with and you say, I need to pay 10 lakhs to the bank right now to the hospital. Where do you get that money? So emergency fund, 10 lakh rupees, what amount equal to your household expenses has to be kept aside. Where do you keep it? Should it get interest? Should it be safe or looking for returns? We will explain all that to you. When you are married, you got children, you're looking their education and their marriage. Where do you invest? How much money would you be needing? How many years? And when you need that money, is it going to be available? Is what we look at. And then the fourth aspect is your health insurance. 4, 3, 2, 1. How many insurance do you need? A basic health insurance, something to cover future accidents leading to dismemberment, body part getting cut, or do you need to plug and have money when you are incapacitated, when you are not able to work for a couple of weeks? And then you need to also look at other aspects. So there has to be a balance. Now we're looking at retirement or simply wealth creation. When you turn 50, 55, 60 and your life expectancy is 80, 85, how much money would you need? Where will it come from? Are the adequate resources already there? Do you need to put in something together? If you're working your PF, gratuity, superannuation, all of that calculations is what we do for you as financial planners. Then you're planning for your home, own home, one home, and you're planning for vacations. And finally, have you made your will and doing your estate planning? This is all we do for people, and that's where people sign me up for the financial goals. Then they look at investing, and then they want systematic savings. They also want realignment with the ups and downs of the market, and then they are looking at securing their financial assets. Security, as I explained. Now, once you're clear, you would like to know, what does a financial planner do? Who is a financial planner? A certified financial planner, CFP. A certification, CFP, is a mark which is given to the highest qualification who meet the stringent standards of ethics, education, examination, and they clear certain exams and they have enough experience. It is the most prestigious, internationally accepted financial planning qualification in the world for giving comprehensive financial planning for individuals and families, and CFP mark certification is the highest level in the world, and it has continued. I continue to renew it year to year by paying the fee which is necessary and also passing the 4-5 E's of education, examination, ethics, experience, and ensuring that I comply with the regulations. Finally, why Taressh? Because by certification, my firm registered with SEBI brings you what? Confidentiality of your records, documents, compliance following the law of the land, progress and goal tracking system, so that you're just not investing one time, but over your lifetime, somebody is tracking your investments and educates you meanwhile through my emails, communications, WhatsApp, and with my 30 years experience being associated with so many companies in the last 35 years. I'm an MBA from IIM New Delhi. How am I different again? Thousands of individuals and families have benefited so far using my latest tools by updated research. I am a permanent entity. I'm not going to be doing anything else. And this brings you a continuity of expertise, that person who's looking after your investment year to year, decade to decade. And my experience, therefore, as an author, the richness principles also brings you confidence that a person, Taressh Bhatia, is an expert. Well, importance of having a financial advisor in your life. He helps you in many ways. Let's understand the top 10. He helps you to avoid investments in the financial market, develop a bigger and a clearer picture, articulate goals, and clear investment objectives are set for you. You stay invested when markets are going up and down, and you do not panic. Also, that when you stay on your goals and investment objectives are continuously met, he educates you and empowers you, brings you that confidence and joy that my investments are working by giving you unbiased opinion without selling anything to you. This is what a financial advisor does for you. Number 3 section, how do we help people achieve their dreams? Dreams begin with your mindset, what you think in your mind, and that leads to your attitude, behavior, and your actions. Therefore, whatever you follow is what you get. So mindset is important. Now, when you have so much clutter in your mind and you start thinking that, what am I doing? Am I doing the right things possible? You have so many things going on in your mind. So share your financial challenges with us, and we bring you the vision of the opportunities, thus reducing your dilemmas. When this is happening in your mind, you got so many puzzles to put together when it comes to money. Can I save less? Can I invest more? Can I do it at more returns? Will it be safe? And while you're thinking all of this becomes a jigsaw puzzle which we as children used to put it together, and then we used to say, has it made sense to us now? Look at this. You start with problems, you go on to the issues, challenges, dilemmas, and then you connect with us. That's where you start learning the basics of financial planning. As I said, your little knowledge and your behavior towards money is your wisdom. Now you need clarity. You agree on certain points. That's where we get started. Now it is important that your mindset is positively tuned towards what actions you need to take. And once your mind is clear what investments to do, what your goals are, the time horizon, the risk appetite, we give you the right tools to get started. Once you have the right tools, we give you the skills also. How much does it matter? How much mindset tools, skills? We'll come to that. But you get started. Once you start, then we help you in execution of all the plans which we are recommending to you. Indirectly and directly we help you. And the corrections in the market, checks and balances are brought together, and you continue and you renew year to year, because as I said, the mindset is the most important thing now, that you have to have a clear mindset. In my book, The Richness Principle, I'm talking about the beliefs, thoughts, minds of the richest people in the world. I bring together all these experiences in my book. So I believe more than 65% it's your mindset which needs to be changed. Once that happens, we give you the right tools, which could be about 20-25% of the total requirement. And finally, we give you the skills, that these are the skills which you need to upgrade yourself. Read my blogs, read my communications. The news which is relevant for you is brought to you by us, and therefore your mindset is now positively tuned with the right tools, the right skills, getting you the results which you want to achieve, to help you achieve your dreams. So I would sum up it like this. I would say that it is this complete: mindset, skills, and your tools. Read my book, The Richness Principle, to get a complete idea. Now we are looking at 6 steps. The number 1 is the action plan. So you get started with your personalized principles, not copying from somebody or somebody has told you, but develop your personalized principles. And once you started doing together, you have a well-planned process from us to achieve the best results. I will tell you all of that shortly. So we connect with you with your dreams, identifying the right investment opportunities now with your personalized plan, which is tracking your investments and assist you in executing them. We clarify all the money doubts which may come to your mind along with it. Let me come to the next section, which is what are the 6 steps of financial advisory process. Well, it starts with the scope. We write down, we pass an agreement between both of us where we write down what are these areas of work we're going to be doing for you, and we explain what are the mutually agreed points, have an agreement, and understand what all we will be doing for you. Based on this, we proceed further, and this is the first step. The second step is we understand your specific needs, wants, goals, a risk profile, and then we look at preferences. We understand how you feel about investing or not taking out money for certain areas, not selling certain investments. So we take cognizance of that. The next step is that we look at what do you need to be analyzing. So we analyze the entire past investments you have done with anybody, whether they will be useful or not. Based on this, we come to conclusions how we can put it together to the next goals. Now we give you our recommendations that based on your goals, time horizon, risk profile, past investments, your feelings, and what is possible to be done, we give the recommendations. And with this comes the right products to be invested with 0% commission, like direct online mutual funds. We are now assist you in execution of the recommendations given by us, like in direct online mutual funds. Now it is a time to take action. So we are also looking at tax implications, we're looking at exit clause, we're looking at how the funds will be performing, and we're now going to be monitoring every day, every month, every 3 months, quarterly, 6 months, 1 year, how your investments are going to be doing, how your goals are going to be met. If there is any shortfall, is the market rising, is it falling, what can be done to harmonize and synchronize all of this together. And now I come to the section 5. How do we deliver our advice as financial planners? How do we advise? How do we deliver? Is it a process? Is it a system? Is it something I have put in place? Yes, I have. Week 1, your information. Week 2 is we look at your income, expenses, your information, where you've been investing, all the data put together. Week 3 is your risk profiling test is done. Week 4 is a detailed financial plan presented to you as a comprehensive financial plan. And thereafter, every 3 months, your goals are looked at and a quarterly review meeting happens. The contract is to be renewed year to year so that there is continuity of what you started off, and a step-by-step process is there in my firm which helps me and my assistants to follow it due diligence. Now, how do I financially empower you with your goals very clear? I reduce the fears, add the right knowledge, add the right expertise and the right actions to be taken by you. Once you're starting doing this, there may be a lot of fears. I don't want to do this. I don't know. I don't have knowledge. My past experience was bad, or just that I don't understand how things happen, or maybe it's just a mental block where you say I don't want to proceed because I have my fears. We'll help you reduce those fears which are not okay. What you see and what people tell you is so much information that there is very little knowledge to be connected with the dots which you see, and that is where what we give you is called as wisdom. And how does my financially empowering advice come to you? Well, with fair advice, I'm not selling you anything, smoothing the ups and downs of the market, minimizing the risk on one side, optimizing the returns on the other side. I give you a diverse instrument package, a portfolio which takes care of everything. Now, let me map these 7 things, how we do. So all these 7 things are put together, they are joined together like that puzzle which I explained, and we map everything to your amount required in how many years, how much you have done already, what is the balance amount. So this kind of a grid helps us to understand in you better. Let me also take you through. Now you're wondering, how do I evaluate a financial planner? Look at his education, his qualifications, his experience, registered with SEBI or not, what is the team he is having, systems and procedures, disclosures, services he's offering. Is he a fee-only financial planner? Does he charge for services? What kind of clients does he serve? What are the testimonials he's got from his clients? Does he have a sample plan, a financial plan where you can go through what all can be done? The communication methods, he's going to be communicating through emails or personal meetings or Zoom calls or only phone or SMS. Is it a one-time advice or a continued support system? Clarify what you would be needing, how it will be coming to you, and find out the legacy of the financial planner. Should anything happen to him, are your investments safe? Is your goal tracking system in place? Will that continue year to year for another 50 years? Ensure that. Let me come to now the section 6, the key prepositions, 6 key prepositions of a good financial planner who can provide to you. Number 1 is look at the organization of your financial life. Does he bring order to your financial life? Number 2 is he accountable? What he says and his financial communications to you, is he prioritizing your goals? The steps he's taking, are they in harmony of what he was saying and what he's doing? And there is some goal tracking system put in place. So accountability, number 3. Number 4 is objectivity. We bring the insights from the entire world, from the entire financial world, and what are important decisions to be taken by you, important money decisions to be taken in your life, personalized to you. And that is where being available to consult with you at key moments of your decision making life are sometimes critically important, that you are able to speak to your financial advisor on a personal level, doing the research necessary to provide all the mutual funds or any other investment ideas to you. Is he doing the adequate research and managing and disclosing whatever are the potential conflicts of interest? Find out that. Now comes proactivity. Is he proactive? Is he looking at or anticipating life transitions going to happen in your life? Maybe there is a death, maybe there is going to be birth, maybe there is some life-changing events going to be happening. Is he going to be advised? Is he ready to advise you on those matters where there is major life transition to help you to be financially prepared for those events? Proactivity also by regularly assessing any potential life transition which you may be anticipating or not anticipating, and is he able to give you an action plan necessary to take control of those transitions in your life? Does he educate you with specific knowledge and points which are relevant for you to succeed in your financial life, in your situation, and understands what situations you are going through? And he is able to provide the necessary skills and tools which I remember I told you about, and explains the options if you would like to, and understand the risk which may be involved in various kinds of advice given. Well, it's a partnership between you and the financial planner. When you're looking at together a goal, when you're looking at your money, look at it as participation. As a concert, it has to be harmonized, and it has to bring joy, success, happiness not only to you, but the financial planner also has to be earning. The philosophies, the needs, the objectives are to be very clear when you are starting with a financial planner. The number 7 section is what is the importance of a SEBI registered investment advisor. Well, in the year 2013, SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, brought out regulations which said couple of parameters. In July 2020 year, it changed and brought major changes on those regulations, and those are already incorporated by us. 99.9% we were already compliant in 2013 when we started work on this parameter, and in 2020 when we are already having all the compliances in place. Look out for the agreement to understand how these are being complied. Well, a financial advisor is also important when you look at your investment success. How? Well, he guides you as an experienced coach. He is a well-meaning friend. He is a vigilant instructor. He is a mentor to you who helps you set measurable goals. And he is a good teacher who understands and educates you on various financial instruments. Well, he is also like a seasoned architect who can draw up a financial plan and practically ensure it is achievable. He is a good dietitian because he empowers you, brings you the confidence, and he charges your financial health. He is like a family doctor whom you can trust and say that I don't have any loss of peace of mind, and he keeps your interest in mind. A supportive spouse who frees your time and lets you concentrate on important things in life. He is like a parent who encourages you to start planning as soon as possible. So 10 areas where you can think SEBI registered investment advisor is good for you. Now let's look at how a registered investment advisor actually helps you. Well, he's accountable for what he suggests to you. He doesn't sell you anything. He keeps records like KYC, confidentiality is maintained. Now, he is the only authority, a firm or an individual, to give you comprehensive financial planning. Nobody else is having that license to provide comprehensive financial planning. Fiduciary capacity. He acts like a fiduciary, which means he works only in your interest. Is there money drainage happening? Is there money unnecessarily being invested somewhere where somebody's interest is being kept in mind, not your interest? So he works in your interest from A to Z. And also that he does a risk profiling test frequently, at least once in 3 years, to ensure what is your risk appetite when advising on what instruments to invest on. He also has a grievance redressal system in place. He is following compliance on all regulations and procedures given by SEBI. This ensures that you have confidentiality clause maintained all the time for all the documents, information, and you can talk to him in full confidence. That brings you complete confidence that my investments are safe and I'm on track. Be sure that you are clear on the remunerations. How is he being remunerated? Code of conduct he has to follow as per the guidelines given by SEBI. He assists you in implementation and execution of the advice which is given you in the financial plan. Now, let me tell you, Advantage Financial Planners LLP is registered with SEBI under the regulation RIA, Registered Investment Advisor Regulations 2013, and we have also been continued. Only if registered, then only anyone can give advice and charge fees. Two important things: giving advice on money, financial planning, wealth generation, and charging a fees. No commissions. Works as a fiduciary based on your financial plan, monitors the progress. You control, he assists you. reviews regularly, rebalances. Section 8. What would happen if you don't get started today? You may say, I'll think about it. But look at, your goals will not be tracked year to year. Execution of the right action steps may not happen. The risk management ideas I've given you may not get implemented. The asset allocation required for your investments may not get started. And you may be wondering that, do I have a discipline for the right kind of investments to be doing? Do I have the right strategy? You will miss out the right strategy. And you will have implications like this. An example where a person was investing in PPF, nothing wrong with that, but 5 lakhs is what he got. Look at the diagram, 10,000 rupees per month from 96 to 2015, 20 years, and with our help he could be getting a return of 44 lakh rupees, a huge difference. But you have to understand the risk involved. This diagram explains that somebody is investing in ELSS, high risk equity mutual funds. What are the risks involved? Now if you're still looking at returns, look at 3 years, look at 5 years. As you increase the time horizon, the loss probability starts reducing, and by the 15th year your return has also come to about 17%, which means the loss probability is 0 after 15 years, year to year return giving you effectively 17%. Mind you, before that there could be minus 20%, plus 20%. So this kind of education information will be coming to you. And when the markets are high or low, where do you invest? So in March 20, when the markets fell, do you invest aggressively in equities? And when the markets are high, like in November, December 2020, what do you do? These are things which we analyze at our end. One example of how we do financial planning calculations for your retirement. Let's say your age is 40, you want to retire by 60, giving you 20 years, 1 lakh monthly expense, 7% inflation, you would need about 4 lakh rupees per month after 20 years, for which you would need about 8 crores of corpus. You need to start putting together 76,000 per month. If you cannot do, your financial planner will help you and say start with 36,000, increase by 10% every year. Such things are done personalized for you. Now you have to put values and your money and look at the common factor and think that that is where financial planning begins. Section 9. What is the scope of the service which we offer to you? Well, deciding the financial goals, information like your income, expenses, basic advice on all the insurances possible, on asset protection, current investments which need to be analyzed, developing the right funds to be mapped to your goals. So all your past investments, goals, mapping of them, your net worth and calculations of your cash flow analysis for today, next year, next 5 years, developing the right retirement plan, developing the right asset allocation depending on your risk appetite. Also included in the services are developing the investment plans, basing current investments analysis done, integrating the current investments into the goals, giving you a comprehensive financial plan and setting up the review meetings for the next sessions and developing the optimized returns for your plans, consolidated funds, what you have done, what you need to be doing, mapped together, and setting alert reminder systems for all your investments is included. What do you get? You get a draft meeting, which means that in the draft meetings we see your goals, setting of the goals, the fee is decided in advance, your information, and your information gets started. Your financial plan presentation is done to you, your goal mapping is done, we assist in online investing, there are review meetings which keep happening at frequent intervals. What we do not do is will and estate planning. We will assist you in will and estate planning, your income tax returns done by your CA, investment monitoring services, advocate if required for your will, life and general insurance, statement of your current account. What would happen if you still don't get started today? What you may miss is your goals are not tracked, alignment of your investments is not done, a difference between need and want goes missing, and you start spending on things which you don't need. A coaching system where you get continuous help with unbiased opinion, booking of the profit sometimes is important, and monitoring while you enjoy yourself on your work or your holidays. Ups and downs of the market You have not got to fear. This is something which somebody will tell you. When you go on a roller coaster, you're excited. When you go down, you're scared. So may be happening with your investments. Do not get afraid. So things like this, communications keep coming to you. How do we charge fees? So a lot of people ask me, give me a quote. Well, it will depend on the needs and wants, what exactly your challenges are, how much work we have to do, what benefits would you derive, and therefore I've laid down a 4-step simple process. The simple process is register in the link given in the description below. Watch the intro, complete video what you're watching here. Number 3, submit your challenges, your goals, what you want the financial planner to do, what do you expect from this video once you've learned, what areas would you like the financial planner to cover, and the last is book your complimentary session, and then the code for your fees will be given and explained to you. Various options are there, how much you would get, what is a basic plan, and bonuses which we offer to you will also be explained to you in this session together, and add-ons can be added on as per the needs required. So my story, finally friends, my story started in 1989, born to a journalist and a teacher. I was born in a middle class family, and I started working in 1986-87, and I was married to a computer engineer, and soon we were blessed with a boy. Joy and happiness came together, and so came the expenses, and life started taking a lot of turns, ups and downs, and there was more of income, more of expenses, and finally a daughter also arrived, and we were filled with joy, success and happiness that Lakshmi ji aayi hai ghar mein. But maybe that's where the expenses started increasing further, and expenses were going higher, the income was declining, and then there was some sudden regulations changing that I had to seek some help, and I wanted to take some loans as advised by my friend, and couple of friends advised take more loans. So I went broke taking these kind of loans because I was not getting the right advice what I should be doing with my money, and borrowed. Finally, the second time I went broke in my life was when I had to borrow 20,000 rupees from a friend for just a month to pay my monthly installments of the loans which I had taken. The worst time in my life when I had to beg to a friend to pay me just 20,000 rupees. Yes, about 2-3 decades back. And that is where the debts in my life started increasing, not decreasing, and I started wondering, what blunders have I done, what have I done wrong? I need to be thinking what is going wrong. And a friend, finally it says that God helps those who wants to help themselves. So I wanted to get help, and I wanted to know what I should be doing at this stage. That's where a friend called and says, go and attend this workshop and you will learn. So I, with my wife, we went to Mumbai. We did finally an agreement called Mumbai Beach Agreement, Mia Bivi Agreement, and that made us go into a new life ahead, which said no more loans, no personal loans, no business loans to invest, to expand my business. And that was a clear strategy. That is when I started learning the best in personal finance, and I wanted to learn where to invest now, where to insure our lives, where I could learn the best, where I could educate myself. And I went on to continued with this obsession which I had now of learning the best things in personal finance, and I continued to read books, periodicals, magazines, attending lectures, seminars, workshops, conferences, not only in my city, in my country, but across the world. And finally I could cement my knowledge and my right skills, and then I took a sabbatical and I completed my financial planning qualification, CFP, Certified Financial Planner, which is the highest qualification in the world in personal finance. In the last 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, I've spent over 49 lakh rupees to invest in the right knowledge, in the right information, and the right skills, to get the right tools, processes, how to build them and make my life stronger, better and more successful. And therefore I can say today that I, in the last 3 decades, with my business experience, I have learned those specific trends, those specific habits, and those wealthiest people in the world, the richest people, what they're doing, how they're spending their time, how they're managing their money. And that's where I started implementing with my clients. And finally I put these principles together in the book now launched in January 2020, The Richness Principles. And that is where my story today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am debt free today and I have made provisions for having money to come to me every month, and I can look forward to, and I am feeling happy because I am financially free. Today, I want to make people not only rich but happy also. I want them to lead a happy life which is free of any stress, full of joy, success and happiness. Develop their own richness principles based on what they believe, what their mindset is, how much what they want in their life. And life, there I believe, therefore should be well organized. Blockages and disadvantages, drainages of money should go away, should get plugged. And that's my story. So today I'm on a mission to make these principles to every person across India. And I want to bring this challenge to myself. With this, I have an endeavor to change the way finally how India looks at money. And today I'm on a mission to transform how India looks at money. And thereby, I believe I'll be triggering a financial revolution in India. Let me go on to the case studies. The number one case study is young married couples with 2 kids. Before they had haphazard investments, no clear goals. Risk return was also not clear. All investments afterwards were linked to the goals. Risk clear investments. Number 2, a young married woman now divorced, looking at having unnecessary expenditures, no saving, no contingency fund. After advice, she made very clear goals. Finally was able to put together a SIP of 1.5 lakhs every month, 1 crore of investment built very fast, and she paid even alimony to her husband for separation. Number 3 case study, young married couple with no kids. They just wanted to know what kind of house to buy, how much can we afford, how much monthly EMIs can we pay, and their valuation, what we did, and their income expenses and the risk profile, they were happy with the evaluations. Number 4 was just retiring, a 59-year-old senior citizen looking at joy, success and happiness at his golden age years. He came to us that I want to buy these 5 products. Do you think these are okay? I said, don't buy financial products. Understand what you would need, how much money you would need, how much information you need right now to understand, and buy this financial planning. With this, careful risks were eliminated. They could understand the risk involved in what they were trying to do, and they had great investments for their retirement planning. Finally, the case 5 study was a young divorced woman who was looking at her daughter's education in particular, how much she can spare per month and what resources she has. With our advice, she had good identified amounts to be created for her daughter's education, her marriage, and then she could get started with the resources available. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, testimonials. Go on to these links. So these are some of the clients. Go on to my LinkedIn profile to check out the testimonials given by my clients here. Last action to take. What do you need to do together? Now the special offer to you, my free gifts to you. Look out for these links below in the description to download my free ebook, subscribe to my value letters, and get a virtual complimentary session with me. Read my book. Amazon has got it, The Richness Principles, now an Amazon bestseller. Also go on to various websites, advantagefp.in, read my blog.advantagefp.in, book my website, go to my book website, The Richness Principles, and get started. Don't wait. So the starting process is register on this link given below, fill up the questionnaire, book your Zoom session with me. Getting started after that is once you know the fee, you pay the fees, sign the agreement,